Yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to basically handle Microsoft Excel errors, and we are going to pass through one by one the common ones. So the first error is the hash. There can be very many depending, even they can be 100 depending on the size of the value. So this one basically means that the cell is literally small to accommodate your value. What do? You can either increase this cell manually, but you can also double click here. The next error is called div0, div stroke 0. So meaning that error shows that error shows that the number is that you're trying to divide a number by 0. So basically, let me first try to put here a function, a formula, and then I divide this by this. Yeah. Then I click enter. So I get my 0.2, and if I run this value down, I get a div0 down on the last cell. So you can see that Jerome has here a figure, but this is an empty box. So in Microsoft Excel, it's already programmed to read an empty box as a 0. So in this case, you get the div0. You can also minimize these errors. I'll give you a video on how to minimize most of these errors, just that some we are going to also minimize them from here. And then the next one is the next error is ref. If I put here the same function or the same formula, I can use a formula instead. And then this, and then copy it here. So and then at the end, I come and I delete this. What? I delete this. No. If I just delete the whole column, yes, that is it. If I delete the column or a row where this data was, I'm supposed to be getting this hash ref. So this error just shows you that a ref is like a reference. So the error shows you that the data that was referenced to is not there. So what you do is that you have to Control Z and you get back your values. So we also have a name, hash name. So our hash name, it is always having a question mark. You can see it has a question mark on it. So hash name, just that this one, it shows you that you have used a wrong name in a formula or in a function. So you remember Excel is already programmed to have its own functions. So the functions have their own names. For example, if I put equal sign add, then I just do my things. So you can see we have our error called hash name with a question mark at the end. So there is no formula called add. There is no function called add. You can see in our formula bar. There is no function called add in Excel, meaning that Excel is going to it cannot define that function called add. Otherwise, the correct function to do this manipulation is called sum. So you're supposed to put a correct function name for you to get best results. So you can see what it has done. So that is for name. And then we also have spell. There are very many things. Spelling, you also know that that's just an English name. Spelling is like spreading. And this error is common in operations that involve tables of array or something like an array. And in this case, we can put it, maybe it can be also common in VLOOKUP, but anything that brings like an array. So if I use any formula, for example, unique, the one that spreads, then I put this and then I click enter. Literally here this is a wrong cell, but still if I copy this formula, Ctrl C and paste it here, I'm supposed to be getting that spill. So you're seeing that the difference is if I'm to enlarge this cell and put it here, you can see that spill is an error that comes about a block, something like an obstruction, and you're blocked from, the data is blocked from spilling. Yeah, the data wants to spill, but it is blocked from spilling. So what do? You have to first remove this, and you see what it does. Yes, that is what it does. It spills off your data. So that is it. So for spilling, it's just an obstruction that comes in that, either it can be in that column. So an obstruction will refuse the data to spill. Yeah, so that is spill, and this is just a common feature, which is, it's a new feature now. It is in MS 21 and 365 Office. These others might not be having them. For example, if you're using Microsoft Office, maybe 10, 15, or Office 16, if you're using such offices, then it might not work out. And I don't think whether it's also in 19, which is the most recent after 21. So we also have another one called NEA. So our NEA, this is a common error. The error comes in major in operations like VLOOKUP, and the NEA meaning that the word is like not available or not applicable, but the thing is not available. For example, if I use my VLOOKUP and in the table of array, in my table of array I don't have what, some member. Ctrl C, paste it here, Ctrl V. So instead of George, I now have Joga. Yeah, I've just replaced an E with an A, meaning this person is a different person. And then I put here the value. So when I make a VLOOKUP of this with reference to this and the other one, it's going to give me an NA on this person, Joga. So I'm going to show you this in some other videos so that you're able to see how to deal with VLOOKUP. I've created a new video for VLOOKUP. So just know that the NA comes in when the data set is not available. For example, we have a wrong spelling here, meaning that Joga is not in this data. So we are going to have an NA here, but we shall have these values here reflected. So that's the case for NA. And then we also have num and null. So these are also common errors, and we are going to see how we deal with them. So our null just is it's a common error that comes in. It's sometimes rare, but it's common. It's common in Excel. It comes in when you're trying to make an intersection of two cells, like two cells, but literally they don't intersect. So our null will come in. And then we have our num. So num is an error that comes on operations, and in that case you can be trying to make a wrong operation. For example, square root of a negative number. Let me take it here. A square root, I would have given a formula, but a square root of a negative number does not exist, so you're going to get our num error. Yes, thank you for watching. Boom, I got you covered. In the next videos I'll be covering. Have a good day.